What's going on, guys? Love out to everybody. We got UFC 309, Jones versus Miocic. Predictions breakdown here, guys. 13 fights in the card over there. Madison Square Gardens. It's a big card. A lot of good matchups in this card. A lot of good matchups. We're going to go through this real quick here, guys, but accurately. Before I get started, though, guys, hit the thumbs up button. Also, subscribe to this channel. Also, check out my Patreon account for all my face-off predictions and prop play. And you can also donate to my PayPal account there, guys, right? Been kind of busy here, guys. Car was giving me issues. My alternator died on me. So I had to replace my alternator, which I did myself. You know, I like to work on things myself. I'm like a jack of all trades, right? My car is pretty much easy to work on, so I can pull out the parts and pop it back in. It took me a day, you know, to complete the job. I bought the part and put it in. I like to, you know, work on my own things. You know, I don't like to, if I can fix it myself, I will fix it myself. But if it's something that it's maybe, you know, a little difficult for me to fix, which majority of things I work on it myself. But if it's something like, you know, I gotta put the car, you know, like on a stand and go under the bottom of it, even though I will do that also. But, you know, certain things, you know, it's good to give it to somebody, you know, who has more expert and more understanding about, you know, fixing that part of the car. So that's pretty much it right there. We're gonna fly into this. So I've been busy, but I'm gonna get this out to you. I haven't seen all the face-offs. Like I said, I usually watch the face-offs after, but I did see Jones though on a little bit of face-off, and he didn't shake Stipe's hand. You know, like Stipe reached his hand out, and Jones didn't even shake his hand. He's like, no, that's not a good look. You know, I don't like to see that. You know, usually when that happens, you know, the person who doesn't shake the person's hand usually loses. You know, from my analysis, from breaking down fights. Usually when you push the person, you slap the person, you know, like Mike Tyson did against Paul. That's not a good look either. I saw that. That's not a good look, you know. So for my analysis, Paul will win that fight. And Jake Paul probably win that fight, possibly by a late round knockout, you know. So, yeah, Tyson, he slapped him like that. It's not a good look. And it shows poor, you know, fighting skills. You know, it shows no respect. You know, there's a discipline, even though they're fighting and they're trying to, you know, knock each other out and hurt each other, but there's still a discipline and a control in your emotions. That, like I mentioned in my other videos I made, I said that emotion can be your enemy. You know, when you can't control that emotion, majority of the time you will lose yourself, you know, and the other person will have the upper hand over you. Same thing with Jones, same thing with Tyson. Now again, they could win. I mean, Mike Tyson could go in there in the first round and then possibly beat Paul. I mean, that's a strong possibility. But yeah, man, it's one of those things. It's not a good look. I mean, you know, Mike Tyson looks in shape and it looks good. You know, as I said, age is a number. If you take care of yourself, like I mentioned from before, you can do this, you know, forever, you know, because it's infinite. But it's just the attitude, you know, just to respect the emotions, the energy that you're putting out. You know, you put out negative energy, you put out the disrespectfulness, it always comes back and bites you in the ass. So that's all I'm saying. So I say Paul by late round finish. I don't see a decision though. So that's pretty much it right there. But I just throwing that out there. I never really made a breakdown for that, but I know people may be interested in that. But you know, for me, it is what it is. It's just I just saw it while I was just looking through YouTube. I saw a clip. I was like, "What the hell is that?" You know. So, but yeah. So let's fly into this real quick here, guys. First fighter, we got Veronica Hardy versus Edora Mora. I like what I see from Hardy, man. She has been improving a lot. You know, her boxing mostly has improved. You know, she always has that taekwondo, you know, so her kicking and her footwork was always there. But her boxing has gotten better since she, you know, she's been training with Hardy, which Hardy and her are married, right? That's her husband. So, and also her mental has changed too. She doesn't give up so easily when she gets put into kind of way to pull through. You know, so her heart, her mental is all there, which is good, because your mental not there, heart not there, then the physical won't work, right? And nobody can teach you that. But her ground game, though, she can still get taken down. I noticed that. But it looks like from videos I've been seeing, she's been working a lot more on that. And it has been improving. Right? Have a good win over JJ Andridge here. But again, she can get taken down, though. So that's a thing in this fight here you got to be careful of. A girl like Enduro will push takedowns. And she moved up to 125. Because at 115, she wasn't able to make the weight. And it looks like at 115 she gets tired quickly, so at 125 she may not get as tired quickly, because you usually go in there and usually a first round finisher and get the sub and get you back and just slap on a rear naked choke. But there's a possibility that she may last longer in this fight. She may not gas out. Her striking can be kind of suspect, but her ground game is where it's at. So we shoot double leg and take you down and slap on that rear naked. She will find positions on the ground to finish you, so she's very good to BJJ. Like I said, mostly first round finisher though, but at 115 at 125, you know, she's a big woman. You know, she's gonna be way bigger than Hardy in this fight, as far as the frame is concerned. She has fought 125 from way back, and I see some 135 or 130 or something like that. But she's gonna have a 2 inch of height and reach in this fight, so she's gonna be the bigger in frame. So this is a fight here, man. Like I said, a woman fight, and even guys too. The most of the women fight, you gotta be careful with it. This fight is a 50-50, man. Even though I like Hardy, but it's a 50-50, man. You know, I'm gonna pick Hardy to win by decision, but don't be surprised if Mora pulls off a submission. That's a strong possibility, man, because her ground is good and Hardy can get taken down, man. That's the thing. So it's a fight where, you know, it can be a heads and tails, to be honest, man. Hardy's good on the movement and striking, but she has a tendency of getting taken down, dude. And Mora will push that takedown. And at 125, Mora could look different. As far as like her gas tank, she may have more endurance. She may not get as tired. And if she doesn't get as tired, this could be problems. So I'm going to go Hardy, though, by decision, 50-50. I'm not confident here, guys. All right? And I always say Hardy is a very, very beautiful woman. Or should I say Hardy? Well, her last name is Hardy. But we just say Veronica Machado. I believe that's her. I believe her last name is Machado, right? I think so. I think it's Veronica Machado, right? Yeah. Hardy is beautiful. Hardy. Veronica Machado is very beautiful. She's a very beautiful one. I always say that, you know, when I'm doing these fights. I believe her last name is, yeah, her last name is Machado. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Obviously, you know, you get married, then you take, you know, the guy's name of the last name, which is Hardy. So that's why her last name is Hardy. I'm just checking it up. I don't want to. I believe it's Machado. I mean, I could be wrong. Mr. Veronica Machado, am I right? MMA? Veronica. Yeah, okay, yeah. Her given name, I guess, is Veronica Machado. Yeah, that's her. That's her name. That I guess her, you know, her father, whatever, you know. So I think. I mean, I could be wrong. But if I'm wrong, guys, leave it down in the comments. But she's a very pretty woman, though. Like, just overall, no makeup, nothing like that, you know. So, which, you know, women alone are beautiful. But, you know, I just feel that Veronica stands out a lot. Okay, so Veronica by decision. And this is not a biased pick, guys. Alright. Next fight here, Urbana Elliott versus Bassil Hafez. This one here, man. This fight here is way, way closer. I have this even. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people may be going for Orban, but I wouldn't sleep on Bassil, man. I mean, what I see from Orban, you know, he's well-rounded. He looked very good against Preston Parson. Against Val Woodburn, he didn't look that good. You know, he got hurt in that fight. He can get hurt on the foot a lot. I noticed that get wobbled. But against Preston Parson, he looked way, way better than he did with Val. You know, he would look for the knockout. You know, his overall skills, his ground game is not bad. You know, striking, movement, not bad. His fundamentals, he's a very technical guy, but he's hittable and can get hurt on the foot. Guy like Bassil, though, Bassil, he's like raw, man. But he's wild and he's heavy with the hands. But he brawls a lot though. But he's still kind of technical, like a technical brawler. His IQ sometimes may not be the best, but this guy's a dog, man. And what he did, when he fought Jack, he went back and forth with Jack, and he could have won that fight. His gas tank looked like he'd be fading, but he's not. His takedowns are good. His ground game is very good. I believe his ground game is better than the striking, but he can still, pack power in his punches. But more submissions from him though than knockouts. But he still possessed that dogness in him. That it's a fight where it's just as hard to decide. And he's durable. That's one thing. He's durable, and he will keep coming forward. So a guy like this who's durable against a guy Orban who's not durable. What I see from him when he fought Jack, he looked good against Jack, man. He could have won that fight, split decision. It was so close. Some people have him winning, Bassil winning. But man, I'm gonna go with Bassil. I'm gonna go with Bassil, guys. I'm gonna say Bassil by decision, but it's a 50-50 because Orban is still a technical dude. But I just see openings, man, that if Bassil landed him and hurt him, I see Bassil taking him down and ground and pounding him, maybe even get a submission on him. So I'm going to go with Bassil here. I'm going to say Bassil by decision, but I'm not confident here, guys. Next fight here, we got Nickal versus Ramiz Barahimaj. Okay. Both of these guys, man, the matchups here are bananas, dude. These matchups are pinpoint accurate, even down to the injuries of these guys. Nickal coming off of back surgery, and Ramiz is coming off of back surgery also. But I feel the surgery that Ramiz was a one that could have ended his career. Nickal wasn't so bad, but when you cut in your back and doing spine surgery, it's not good, dude. And when I see guys do that, it's kind of like risky to pick them to win, but both of these guys have spine surgery. When it comes to your back and your neck, those are serious things, bro. Never come back the same, man, because that's your core, man. Everything works from the spine, all the electricity. All of your nerve endings travel down your spine to your brain. And if that get mess around with and cut you and all these things and go mess around with it, you're usually not the same, man. And I see that a lot of guys. Nickal, looked good against Bassil, though. Striking, his boxing is getting better. His jiu-jitsu was always there. He didn't look good. He didn't look good. He didn't look bad in this fight. He fought Bassil. His boxing looked okay, jabs, everything. And it looks, like he held his own. What I see from Ramiz, this is his first fight back from his surgery against Tumba. And he didn't look good at all, man. His takedowns didn't look good. He was getting reversed. He wasn't even doing anything. It looked like, I don't know. It looked like he couldn't move in the fight properly. I don't know. Could be from the surgery. It could be because he was out for a while. Maybe he may come into this fight different against Gall. But man, he just did not look good in that fight, man. And when I saw that, I actually, picked Tumba to win the fight, because when I heard that he come off a back surgery like that, and it was a career ending, I believe they were telling him not to fight, he wouldn't be able to fight no more. When you start hearing that, just like the last fight there that happened with Moreno, I forgot the name of the guy he fought. I guess Moreno versus Amir. Same thing. His heart rate was at 260 something. He had heart surgery, then he had some kind of back surgery, I believe, or neck. Dude, those things, man, you can't mess around with, man, especially your back and your neck, even your heart. So you have to be 100%, and if you're not 100%, your back can be messed up, because that's where everything works from. That's where your center line is, your core. Everything works off your spine, man. If your spine is jacked up with surgery, difficult to do sports like this. When you're getting tossed, and you gotta shoot and take down and defend, and all these jump up, down, all these things. It's difficult, man. I'm gonna go with Gall here. I'm basing it more off of just the durability and what I see from the last fight. So I'm gonna go Gall by decision, guys. But this is a fight where both guys' back surgery is difficult. It's a fight you could just fade. I mean, it's hard to decide. Both guys on back surgeries. One guy looks like worse than the other one. But I'm gonna go with Gall. I'm gonna say Gall by decision, but definitely not confident at all, man. All right. Next fight, we got Martin Tubor versus Jhonata Diniz. Marcin here is going to be the veteran, man. This guy is a more experienced guy here. You know what I'm saying? He will slow down as a fight go on, though, but he will look for takedowns, though. And he will be sneaky with it, and then pull off a win. So this guy, veteran guys usually do that, like he did against Titus Ovaso. But if you go in there and you blitz him, you can catch him, you can put him out in the first round. Maybe Denis could do that, and he has a potential to actually do that. But the longer this fight goes, it may favor Marcin to win, because Marcin will get tricky with the takedowns, you know what I'm saying? And put him against a cage and just hold him against a cage and win off of, points of having him against a cage. More of, octagon control. This is a tough one here too, man, because Marcin is not durable and he can get clipped, and Denis, his striking is pretty good, man, coming from Glory, and when he's on and he put it on you, he can finish you. What he did with Carl Williams, that was a test for him, because Carl Williams is a gritty wrestler, grimy with the wrestling, grind, but he didn't even push the wrestling in that fight until the last third round, and he got down Denis. Maybe if Carl did that, he could have won the fight, and I believe UFC cut him. So I'm not sure what happened with that fight. Yeah, I mean, maybe it was rigged. I don't know. Strong possibility, but these things happen. But I don't know, man. Let's feel that Denis. It's a tough one, because Marcin could get a takedown. Most definitely has been a veteran, and but Marcin is not durable, man. Denis coming here. He could catch him, and then he's been working on the ground. This one is a toss-up, guys. I definitely could see Marcin winning as being a veteran. But I'm going to go with Denis. I'm going to say Denis by KO TKO, guys, in the first round. I'm not confident. All right? Next fight here, guys. We have Romero versus... Hold on there. We have Roberto Romero versus David Onama. I think this is Romero's short notice, man. So it was by Lucas Almeida. Man, what I see from Romero, man, I mean, he's a dog, Look like he pushed more boxing, work the body, work the head. He sits down and punches them, but he's hittable, man. And his face is there to get hit. Takes a lot of damage. He would throw head kicks, leg kicks, but he more want to box. But he will still mix it up, though. I mean, he doesn't look bad, but short notice against Onama. I mean, Onama is a skilled, durable dude, man. That can take a licking and keep on ticking, though. This is a guy that will be in front of you and take a bunch of shots and keep pushing forward. And very experienced guy, man. Very skilled dude. Can Romero win? I mean, he can. Like I said, man, in this game, you see guys making short notice from other organizations coming in here. Anything is possible, man. And you shouldn't count nobody out. Even, he's coming. Where's he coming from? I think it's coming from coming from that Combati Global, right? He still has a shot, man. Dude, when guys come in here and throw their hands, anything is possible, man. You face him and they get hit. Even though Onama more experienced, the guy, what I see from Romero, he does have skills. But I have to go with Onama here, guys. I must say Onama by KO TK in the first round. I give Onama 70% and I give Romero 30%. But again, anything is possible. All right. Next fight, we got Jim Miller. Jim Miller in the house versus Damon Jackson. All right, man. Man, Miller, boy. Miller been here for a minute. Bro. Been here for a long time, bro. Was it UFC 89? And just like his wins, his submissions, his fight of the nights, all these things. This guy is freaking super veteran, bro. Super veteran. Yeah, man. I mean, Miller can always win. I mean, the guy showed durability against Bobby Green. That's the most damage I've ever seen took in a long time. Because he's a guy that defensive-wise is not bad. But Bobby Green beat him up in that fight, though. Bobby Green is also a veteran. But Miller is durable, even though at 41, like I said, age is a number. But he take care of himself by not taking so much damage. Jackson, on the other hand, Jackson takes a lot of damage, doesn't move his head well. His groin is not bad. We look for the submissions. But his striking is suspect. But he's still hit heavy, though. It's a tough one because Miller is also good on the ground. Miller is very rounded, the veteran. I don't know, man. I mean, I was kind of back and forth. You know, I feel Jackson will drop the ball, though. You know, I just feel Miller is just very, very crafty. You know, and we'll look for the win. I'm going to push towards Jim Miller, guys. I'm going to send Jim Miller by KO TQ in the second round. But it's 50-50, man, because Jackson could pull off a win. But it's hard, you know. Miller loses to, like real tough guys. I'm not saying that Jackson is not tough. You know, Jackson is tough. You know what I mean? And he's kind of durable. But I just feel that, you know, Miller can touch him up. Miller should be okay with the ground. You know what I mean? He just has ways that he can pull off the fight. You know, Jackson doesn't really move as well. You know what I mean? Against Bobby Green, Miller has trouble because Bobby Green is in and out. He's touching him up. You know, he's rolling with the punches. You know, he's giving him different looks, which is kind of hard for Miller. You know, but Jackson is just going to be there. So it should be a fight that Miller could win. I mean, I feel. You know, I'm saying over there in New York. You know, I feel like they're giving Miller a win here. I'm going to go Miller, like I said, KO TQ. Second round, 50-50, guys. Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders, guys. Chris Weidman in the house, man. Super veteran here, too. Come back after a devastating leg break. Pull off his win here against Bruno Silva. Brad Torres didn't look too bad in that fight, you know. Yeah, man. Chris Weidman is not looking bad. Even his striking, you know, training with Wonder Boy. Striking kind of looking better. You know, setting up the kicks better. His movement, he's taking his head off center line. He's bobbing and weaving, slipping the punches. He doesn't look too bad in there. But I see from Anders, though. Anders has slowed down. You know, he's still well-rounded, still a dangerous guy. Pack power, pushes takedowns, but he's pushing more takedowns now. Not much striking like he used to, and he's becoming more hittable. You know, meaning that you can touch him and he goes down, like what Jimmy Pickett did in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So I feel Chris Weidman actually is a quicker guy here. He's over there in New York. You know, I mean, hometown favorite. Even though Chris Weidman doesn't, I don't believe he doesn't live there, but you know, I believe that's where he's from. Yeah, man. This one is a tough one here, man. This one's a tough one. Born in fighting out Baldwin, New York. Okay. Yeah, man, this one is a tough one. I'm going to slide with Chriser, you know what I'm saying? Hometown favorite dude. Anders can win, though. But I just feel that Weidman is going to move around, touch him here, touch him there. Possibly even get takedowns on Anderson. Like I said, Anderson slowed down, though. You know what I mean? He doesn't move the same. And his reaction is not the same. I just feel that Chris Weidman's reaction time is a little better right now. So I'll go Chris decision. Not confident. It could also be a robber, guys. Split decision, Weidman. If Anderson doesn't knock him out, it's a strong possibility too. But we'll see what happens. So Chris Weidman by decision. Next fight here, guys. We have let's go, guys. We have Jhonata Martinez versus Marcus McGee. Jonathan Martinez, man, this guy is still a skill, guys, even though he lost to Jose Aldo. You know, but the Jose Aldo fight is one of those things where he, you know, might have idolized Jose Aldo, like, you know, being one of his favorite fighters, and he respected him so much that he just didn't perform. He was memorized by Aldo, and he's went through the whole fight doing that, never let his kicks, punches go. You know, nothing wrong with that, you know, but I guess it's a fight, so you can't go in there and, like, have too much of respect for the opponent. You know, I still love at the end of the day, but he has to let his punches go and kicks and stuff. So his mental wasn't there in this fight. Against McGee, I feel like he will let it go. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to hold back. You know, as far as McGee goes, McGee is a skilled dude. He's well-rounded and he's been improving as his as his UFC career goes on. Very unorthodox striking. Can sit heavy on the front leg though. With Jhonata Martinez is going to take advantage of that. He's going to be kicking that leg, the inner and the outer, the calf. But he does move around though with footwork. But he does sit heavy though. And boxing is not bad, hands not bad. But it's a fight where he's going to take it to McGee. He's not going to hold back in this fight. He's not going to give him like the respect that he gave Aldo throughout the whole fight. It's good to show respect, shake hands and, okay, respect, but now we're going to fight. So I guess in the sport, you got to let it go. You know what I'm saying? In this fight, I feel he will. So I'm going to go with Jhonata Martinez. I'm going to say Jhonata Martinez by decision, but it's a 50-50 though. Just in case he comes in there and then behave the same way against like he did with Aldo. You never know this guy's mental state. Like I said, the mental state you can't train. So, but I'm going to go Martinez by decision, 50-50. Next fighter, we got the Fighting Nerds, Mauricio Ruffy versus James Lumtop. I believe this is Lone Top. Is it Lone Top short? Yeah, it's Lone Top short notice. It's supposed to be Charlie Campbell. Ruffy is a sniper, man. He moves well, just like the rest of the Fighting Nerds. All of them pretty much fight the same way. Has a karate-based taekwondo in and out motion. Look for the opening, pop the shots. Yeah, and they counter well. And, Ruffy is freaking. He has a little hidden movements and like short stutter steps and like unorthodox movements, man. That you can't. It's difficult to read, and he's always moving his feet. You know what I'm saying? Tough guy to fight. And a guy like James, James, he does his thing, he's heavy-handed, but he's slow at the movement, and he's very flat-footed, and he winds up with his shots, man. Not good combination to go fight Ruffy, because Ruffy is gonna read that. Once this guy James throw a punch or winds up, it's gonna be over. I believe Ruffy is gonna catch him and finish him. So I'm gonna go Ruffy by KOTK in the first round. I give Ruffy 60%. I give James 40% because James does throw heavy. And Ruffy been knocked out way back. So, even though, the guy flat-footed and this, anything is possible, man. But the Fighting Nerds guy has been looking very, very good. You know what I'm saying? Ruffy got knocked out somewhere back here against Manola Soja back in 2019. But, anybody can get knocked out in the foot. It just all depends on who you're matching up with. But James does have heavy hands, but the way how he fights, he's so flat. He's slow at the movement. Timing is not the same. He's striking. You can see it coming a mile away. Ruffy, is gonna take control. So I got Ruffy by KOTK first round, guys. Next fighter, we got Karine Silva versus Viviana Roja. Silva here, striking has been getting better. When she's on top, she's deadly too, and her ground game is very, very deadly. She will find a submission on you, man. So, and she's a finisher, but her last fight there, she didn't get the finish. And that could be, like, again, going back to, like, a respect thing. Against Roja, will she show that same respect? It's a possibility, because Roja is a veteran. So Roja possibly have a chance, to pull off a win, She will push forward, very aggressive. She's a veteran. Like I said, the women fights, like I always say, you got to be careful with it. Because you pick Silva to win, and then Roja pulls off the win. It could be an upset. I guarantee that Silva is a favorite. And like I said, with Roja, she will push a high pace, kind of pinning against the cage, but, that may not work as well because Silva loves the ground. But Roja is also good on the ground. But like what I said with Silva, though, she's in a momentum right now, and she's been winning, been looking good, and she's only going to get better as moments go by. She's in a high momentum, just climbing, winning, and that mental, that fire is there, blazing. So I'm going to go with Silva. I'm going to say Silva by decision. But like again, women fights, man. Even though it looks like Silva's supposed to win, you just can't be confident, bro. Because anything is possible. We see this all the time. Next fight, Bo Nickal versus Paul Craig. Man, short and sweet. Bo Nickal should win this fight, unless he goes and sit down in Paul's Craig guard. You know what I mean? But Paul Craig will find a window. He will find a way to get a submission on you. But it's just a striking, bro. His striking is still the same. It's just sometimes it may look kind of okay, but it's just his chin is there. It's just his stutter stepping. And Bo Nickal can hit. The guy heavy-handed, the guy athletic. You know, very explosive. You know, close distance, quick timing, fast punches. His wrestling is not bad. He just can't play in Paul's Craig guard. You don't want to play around the ground with him because then giving Paul Craig the opportunity to get a submission on you, and that's what he wants, and he will get the submission. That's the thing. You can't sleep on Paul Craig, dude. He will freaking get the submission on you, dude. He even getting grown in pounds too. So it's a guy that I don't want to sleep on, but Paul Craig is just so hittable, dude. You know, so I'm gonna go with Bo Nickal by KO in the first round, but I can guarantee you Bo Nickal is a high favorite. I haven't seen the odds yet. I should be going through the odds with you guys. I keep on forgetting that, man. I'm gonna save it for after, man. I guess the crazy odd breakdowns, I just do that afterwards. I keep on forgetting that because like I said, when I'm breaking on the fights, I don't look at the odds, man, because sometimes the odds then will trick you. It can be very deceiving. You know, you may see a guy like, oh man, he's high, but this other guy here has a possibility, you know, and then you're basing it off the odds. I don't like doing that. I like to just do my homework, watch the fights, look at Instagram, see what the guys are eating, see what they're working out, and go from there. I go Bo Nickal, man. KO in the first round, but I give Bo Nickal 70%. I believe he should win this fight. It's just athleticism, you know. He's just a super explosive guy, dude, and speed advantage, power, you know. But Craig will lock up on you, but I just feel Bo Nickal should win the fight. Okay, KO first round. Next fight, we got Charles. Hold on here. Fight fell off. Hold on. Okay. Did I miss a fight? Okay, damn, I'm going through this pretty quick. Next fighter, part 2, Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler, part 2 here. Oliveira, man, has improved too. Even though he's a veteran, but he has improved. He's not... Sometimes, way back in the days, you would see him, you know, when you used to hit him or ground and pound him, and then he would just kind of give up. You know, he's not doing that no more. He will recover and come back. You know, back in the days, you would see him get hit, and touched up, and then he would just quit. Once you start growing and pounding, like what Paul Felder did, we start growing and pounding, he just gives up. You know, that was a mental thing. We're not seeing that no more from him. So he has evolved, you know, to a fighter where, you know, his mental state is there and he's not going to give up. And you find a way to win, even by submission or knockout. And his ground game is nasty. One of the best ground games, I would say, in the sport. Right? So he will find knockout, or he would definitely submit you. And his striking is good though. You know what I'm saying? But he's more for the ground, but he will strike. His Muay Thai is pretty good. Punches, elbows, knees are pretty good. He almost lost though in that first round against Michael Chandler. Usually he would be done. But you see, he come back and he beat Michael Chandler in the second round. Michael Chandler is hardcore wrestling, you know, but he does strike and he is heavy-handed. But his thing is most is wrestling, but he will strike with you. So striking is pretty legit, you know, pretty well-rounded guy. Let me see here. But he takes a lot of damage though in his fights. You know, even from Bellator, he takes a lot of damage. And like I said, that would play, that would take a toll on you after a while. You know what I mean? There's no way you can get hit in the face or just take a lot of shots like that and it doesn't do anything to you, especially your brain, bro. But he hasn't fought since 2022, bro. He was waiting for that Conor McGregor fight. I believe they were the Ultimate Fighter that did the show and he was supposed to fight Conor McGregor forever. It just never happened, bro. So, and it's most likely that's not going to happen. So, he hasn't fought since 2022 after losing to Dustin Poirier. I just feel like Charles is just, again, it's just his momentum, you know. He's just been fighting, you know, Armin Tashukin. Went to split, which is, you know, because Armin is a pretty tough guy. You know, I almost finished Armin in the first round by submission, ground and pound too. And then it's not Makhachev. I mean, this guy is fighting tough guys, dude. Not saying Makhachev is not tough, but he's just been competing, you know, I mean, fighting tough guys and, you know, kind of close to beating them, and he's been on a roll. You know, I'm going to go with Charles Oliveira or Drew Bronx. Again, Chandler could touch him and hurt him. Because Drew Bronx, you know, he does take hits, and sometimes he does get wobbled, man. Not gonna call him chinny or nothing like that, but he does get hurt in the foot. So if Michael Chandler touch him like we see the first fight, he could finish him. But I'm gonna go Oliveira. I'm gonna say Oliveira KO in the first round, guys. All right, 5-round fight too. That fight's a 5-round fight. Main fight on the card here, we got Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic. This is a fight here where Jones is at heavyweight. This is his second time fighting at heavyweight. I mean, Stipe hasn't fought in a long time, dude. Last time I thought Stipe was retired, man. Last time Stipe fought was against 2021, against around the pandemic times, against Francis Ngannou, and Francis Ngannou put him more real nasty in that fight. Fought one time 2020. So this guy's not active at all, dude. It's not active, bro. At least Jon Jones came back, and he had 2 fights. Well, actually, no, he had 1 fight against Sandhagen. Before then was during the pandemic 2020 against Dominic Reyes, which that fight was kind of questionable. But I guess that's when he moved up to heavyweight. So now he's at heavyweight now. But like I said, I saw a little thing with the face off from Jones, and he's not shaking the hand. Stipe reached out his hand, he's not shaking his hand. It's just like disrespect kind of thing, and it's like I don't like seeing that. But again, Stipe hasn't been active. I actually thought he retired, and from his last fight, he just took a beat in that fight. It just didn't look good. What are we gonna see from Stipe? And again, still a dangerous guy. He's still heavy-handed, will knock you out. And the disrespect I saw from Jones, just not acknowledging, he's just not acknowledging, the hand respect. It just shows, like, bad sportsmanship. You know what I'm saying? Just like Tyson and the Jake Paul guy, whatever, He's just slapping him like that. It's a pretty hard slap. And then Jake Paul didn't even blink. He just, I mean, that right there shows that he's definitely going to win the fight. That Jake Paul definitely going to win that fight. Bad sportsmanship, dude. I'm going to slide with Jones, man, but I'm going to say Jones KO TK in the second, guys, but, heavy is a heavyweight. Stipe Miocic is a legit heavyweight, man, in my opinion. And he have fought tough guys in heavyweight. Don't be surprised if Miocic knocks out Jones. Remember, I told you that. So this is a fight where I wouldn't mess with it. I can guarantee you Jones is high on the odds. Quick look on the odds here, guys. Crazy odds. Start working with her. Mickey Gall, Ramis. Mickey Gall at 135, 145. That fight is even, man. Both guys off of back surgeries. You don't know what to expect from that, man. But I think that Gall is not so bad. I think his surgery wasn't so bad. It's still a surgery, but his injury is not so bad. I think Ramis almost, he almost retired. They told him not to fight anymore. So, yeah. So, yeah, even fight still. I got Gall. Denis and Topuria. They got Topuria's favorite, which is understandable. Marcin Topuria is a veteran. Will find a way to win. I'm going with Denis, though. I feel Denis could possibly get a finish in this fight. Speed, timing, quicker guy. You can't make the fight prolong, into second and third, okay, then it's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? But experience is Topuria. The veteran guy, man. So, but again, with Denis, Denis is, coming from kickboxing, pack a lot of power, skill, striking, we see what happened. Damn, Onama is like 1,000. Yeah, man, we got a guy like Romero, making his debut on short notice. Fighting a guy like Onama. That's kind of tough, dude. That's a tough matchup for Romero. But we see what happened, though. But I wouldn't mess with it, though, because the odds are so high. And Onama, you never know. Romero come in here and bite down, and because he likes to go in the pocket, and then he plant his foot and start throwing punches and then knock out Onama. Then there you go, your 1,200. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be careful with that, because what I see from Romero, he does hit heavy, and he will be a dog. So be very careful. Damon Jackson, Jim Miller, got Damon Jackson 185. Okay, so the high end Jackson here, kind of not really super high, but I'm liking Miller though. I feel like they're giving Miller a win here. We'll see what happened though. Chris Weidman and Eric Anders, even. I don't disagree. Perfect. The odds on this is not so bad on this card. Jonathan Martinez and Marcus McGee. McGee at 130. I guess they're coming off of what they saw from Aldo. And how McGee look against Banton or Bats. What the guy fought? The kickboxer guy. And he looked good against a guy, but that guy wasn't in a camp against Gaston. But Gaston wasn't in a camp in that fight. You know, he wasn't in a good camp. He wasn't training. He wasn't prepared for this fight. That's why he looks like that. If you see how he looked against his other fight, his most recent fights, he looks different, right? Because he wasn't prepared when he fought Marcus McGee. You know what I'm saying? So I'm liking Jonathan Martinez though. All right. James Luntap against Ruffy. Ruffy high too. Yeah, man. I mean, James flat foot winds up. He like stutter steps. You know, time and precision is from Ruffy. Footwork, movement, speed. You got to give it to Ruffy, man. But like I said, I wouldn't mess with it. I was just so high. So, but he's supposed to win though. Silva and Arroyo. Silva slightly kind of higher. You know, like I said, with woman fight, man. Silva's supposed to win, guys. But again, with with Arroyo, she has seen tough competition. You know, I mean, she loses a couple, but she has faced tough competition. So you gotta be careful with it, man. You gotta be very careful. Even though Silva's supposed to win, but I wouldn't throw Silva in too much parlays, dude. You know what I mean? Because it could kill the card. Even though she's supposed to win, though, she's on a high momentum. Bo Nickal 1400 something, yeah, man. It's supposed to be. He's supposed to can beat Paul, as long as he doesn't lay in his guard and play around. You know what I mean? It could be triangle or armbar possibility, but this guy Bo is so athletic, bro. He's so athletic, quick. You know what I mean? The guy's supposed to win this. Like again, odds like this, you don't want to mess around with it. Just fade it out, man. Even though he's supposed to win, but you can't do nothing with that. You know what I mean? Better off going underdog, but I don't think Craig may win this one, guys. But you never know. Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler. I got Charles Oliveira 200 and something. I like Charles though, but I still be careful because, like we saw for the first fight, Michael Chandler can hit. If he catches Charles, could daze him and hurt him. Probably could even finish him. So I'll be careful with this one. I wouldn't be all in on Charles. Be very careful. Jones and Stipe got Jones at 600-700. I'll be careful with that too, man. What I see, like I said, you don't shake the hands or the disrespect. Stipe is a dog, man, and even though he's not active, just take a punch. And Stipe is more of a legit heavyweight, so be very careful. I know they say Jones is a GOAT, A lot of those fights that Jones have, a lot of that stuff, he probably was on the juice, man. You know what I mean? I'm not taking anything away from the guy, but he's good. Throws elbow knees, he grapple way back in the days, it was quick, everything like that. And I'm not taking anything away from the guy, but a lot of those things he was on some kind of substance, dude. And it shows, in his later fights, he started to look different. You gonna say because of age? Maybe, but it is what it is. A lot of these guys are on something, especially when you're at that level. A lot of them take different kind of substance. I call it steroids or whatever you want to call it. Just to enhance the performance, to recover quick, and then cycle out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, a cycle out, but sometimes, it's in the bloodstream still, so it just all depends. So, I disagree with odds in this one. I think this is an even fight in my opinion. So we're very careful with that, guys, and that's my odd breakdown right there. Crazy odds. That's about it, right? Oh, where's the Hardy and Mora fight? Don't tell me she fell off the card. I don't see no odds for her. It's kind of strange. Oh, here we go. Mora and Hardy. Got Hardy at 135. This fight here is an even fight, man. Again, woman fight, especially this one. They believe there's 2 women fights in the card, right? I believe so. Silva and Hardy. It's an even fight, guys, because it's a grown game and Hardy can get taken down. So be very, very freaking careful. Hardy is a favorite, but not a big one, but it's even because Mora could win. Hafez and Oban, damn, Oban at 300 or something. I disagree with that, man. I disagree with that. I believe Hafez you know what I'm saying, he could possibly win this fight. I see a little path to victory for him, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Orban probably the more cleaner striker, but he's not durable, and he can get caught and hurt. And the ground game, I believe Bassil may have the better ground game, in my opinion. And also possibly strength advantage and durability I give to Bassil. So this fight here, in my opinion, is an even fight. I feel Bassil could win. The odds and Orban is super high. Like I said, I don't look at the odds. So when I see this, I'm like, holy crap, because I got Bassil winning. But again, Orban could win. That's for IQ and technicality if he can keep the fight long and maintain, you know, and then maintain his composure and recover, because he's going to get hit, in my opinion. So all depends on how he reacts to that hit. If he gets dazed and tumble over, could be a problem, man. But that's about it right there, guys. Enough love out to everybody. And I appreciate the love, I appreciate the support, the patrons, the PayPal, you know what I mean, the positive comments. You guys leave your plays down below too. You know, there's no ego here. I want to see what other people have, what other plays people pick too. It's good to see that. I mean, I could be wrong. And a lot of fights in this card is very, very super close. So I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I picked some picks like, you know, I have Denis winning, you know what I mean? Most likely Marcin could win just off of being a veteran and very experienced, you know, but it doesn't have to go that way though, you know what I mean? It's same thing with Jim Miller and Damian. I mean, Jackson could come in here and win. It's a possibility, you know what I mean? Same thing with Chris Weidman and Eric Anders. Anders could come in here and knock out Weidman. So there's a lot of like close fights here, guys. It's just, no matter how much you try to analyze it, sometimes it's just, you know, you just got to make a pick. You know what I'm saying? You just go from your feelings, and that's what I feel. Most of these cards are breakdown and predict. I go off the skill sets, you know what I mean? And mostly the face-offs too is very important, and the mannerisms at the face-offs, and the weigh-ins, which I'm going to place on my Patreon, so you guys can check that out. But also feelings too. You know, a lot of times I just feel it, and I just go with it, and see where it takes me, and that's it, man. All right? One love out to everybody. Peace.